Hi, Sarah.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
How are you doing?
Pretty good, thank you. How you
Okay.
making out? You finding your way around the wonderful real estate world?
I am slowly but surely going to be a rock star before you know it.
I love it. You do what Jason tells you to do. It's inevitable.
Oh, I know. I've been watching his videos for a little over a year now. I've
Yeah.
seen you in them.
Oh,
And so I absolutely.
yeah. I got my license in July, the end of July, beginning of August of 2019. So I'm about a year and a half in.
Really, I don't know. For some reason I thought maybe you had it longer.
No, ma'am. I'm a newer agent.
Very
So,
good.
yeah, I found Chasten. I first saw him in November of 19 when I started looking for answers. I had come across Brian Casella. I had joined his coaching
I've
program.
seen it. Yes.
He was in a virtual summit. Well, Chasten was one of the speakers in that virtual summit. And I was like, oh, I got to meet him. So when my other coaching group had a mastermind in February, he was one of the speakers. And I told him right there and then when I met him, I said, I found out he had a coaching program. I was like, you're going to teach me. So I do both of them.
It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
You know, the openness, and they tell you everything.
Everything.
You don't get that. You just don't get that.
You don't. You really don't. And people don't
And
even understand.
when you're speaking with somebody that something's missing, they stop short of something. When you're speaking that they stop short of something.
They don't want to share. They're like afraid if you're successful, they won't be. I don't
Exactly. Exactly. Or that you're going to hear something that they really don't need you to know out of their business.
Right. It's like, oh, whatever. But yeah.
So open that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
And all the things that he experienced from very beginning, early on, where a lot of people make it sound as if those things just don't happen.
Right, which is, it really does. Like being broke is a thing when you find real estate, and everybody thinks it's going to be super easy, and you're just going to put a sign on the lawn, and you're just going to make money, and it's so far from what actually happens. But nobody's talking about it. It's crazy. So yeah, I think you're in the right place to be a rock star.
Yeah, very direct, very understand it and get it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Good morning, everyone, or
Hi,
afternoon.
Jason.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you? How was Cabo?
Oh, Cabo was quite lovely.
That's it. Quite lovely.
Quite lovely.
No, it was a good and much.
Doing her results.
Wait, what is all that now?
I think you had scheduled for a customer.
Who is that?
I think it's Brian.
Replacement pieces. Okay, so do you have the customer's information?
Okay. All right. So I actually went to Cabo for work stuff. So for real estate stuff, and it was a great opportunity. Like I love when there's those types of events, especially being around the people who use them to their advantage. As you all know, I'm gonna always be a student. I believe that there's always something to learn, and being a part of a brokerage that lets you do so much, there's so many things that you can always pick up on, in a conversation with somebody or just sitting there masterminding. And so I took advantage of it the whole time. There was a lot of people that were just out drinking the whole time and stuff like that, which that's all fun, but I spent money to come and get what I needed, and
was that an EXP event?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't EXP corporate though. It was one of the guys kind of high up in our line throws these events, and we have a really strong line, and so he always wants to make sure that he's bringing everybody together. So it was again so cool to see people who you've spoken with before and making new relationships and things like that. So great stuff. I've actually decided to make some changes here in Power Unit as well, which I think that it will be for the better. There's a lot of people in Power Unit that have accomplished a lot since they started, and so I'm adding another level, and it's going to be called the Power Unit Intensive, where it's for those people who have pretty much tapped out on some of the things that, or some of the curriculum that we've been constantly preaching. So what I'm going to end up doing with this, and this won't really affect any of you all because y'all are already in it, so I'm still going to honor everything that I've already put forth, but I'm pretty much going to be packaging all of the basics into a program where it'll include just a once a month Q&A for everybody to come in, ask questions, get advice, things like that. But on the intensive side, that one is going to be more hands-on, where it's still going to be the weekly coaching and stuff, but it's going to be high level. You know, it's going to be high level people who have gotten to a point where they've made a certain amount of money, or you got a stride going on, kind of similar to what we talked about, Carol, a few weeks ago. You know, just some real high level instruction training, and that's why I'm calling it Power Unit Intensive, because I realize that there are some people who are building and ready to run teams. So we need to be talking about things, finance, management, KPIs, things like that. And then there are other people who are just getting their feet wet, starting out. And so that's why we're going to be breaking up these groups. You'll start to see advertisements about it, this and that. If you are in my partner network, of course, you will be able to attend whatever, but I would strongly encourage you to, attend at your level. And so just kind of look out for that. But it's a really exciting opportunity, especially for those of you that have made great strides in your real estate business and you're looking to break into the next level. So that'll start to come together over the next couple of months. Until then, just keep plugging in, keep attending, things like that. The good thing is in the base course of Power Unit, it's going to be kind of full of videos of things that we've already talked about. So all of these sessions and all that. And in the intensive, that's where it's going to break off into not only the expanded curriculum, but into more live mastermind type of deals, more hands-on in your business type of situations, things like that. So I'm super excited about it, and
I'm excited.
I think it's gonna be a great thing for some of you. So, well, for all of you, really. Um, but before I get into everything for today, I want you all to share some great things going on in your business. I've gotten a few success journals. Carol, I did read your success journal. Um, and yeah, I want you all to share. So since you're in my top left, let's go ahead and start with you, Carol.
Okay, so my successes last week actually was getting my energy back after surgery. It really took me out for a little longer than I had expected, but after speaking to the doctor, he said that was normal. Here's the deal. He was like, oh, it's going to reduce your energy. And I'm a high energy level person. So I was like, man, whatever, that shit ain't going to affect me. No, really, it laid me out for a couple weeks. So last week, my success was getting back my energy and getting back on the phones. So I was able to make over 800 cold calls last week. I set an appointment, which I actually have tomorrow. I'm super excited about that. I have a pretty big listing that I signed, and it was a little slow going at first because we had some negotiations over contract things, but it's all coming together now. I got all the radon disclosures. I'm getting all the sellers disclosures and everything. So hopefully that's going to be coming up pretty quickly. And I'm going to be, I had an opportunity while I was in my down surgery to speak with somebody who's been really successful recently with wholesaling. And so I think I'm going to tap a toe in the wholesale market as well. Just see because I feel like that can be super lucrative and it's really just phone calls. Like you're just jockeying phone calls. So I'm going to dedicate an hour and a half a day to that. And that's my success. Oh, and I'm down 19 pounds since surgery. So I feel
Oh, congrats.
Congratulations.
you are going to continue to see a smaller version of me over the next, year, I guess. May 5th will be 1 month. I'll be down 20 pounds by then. 1
Carrie,
month.
did
20
you
pounds.
take like a before picture? Are you gonna do like a before and after at some point?
You know what? I didn't, and I feel kind of stupid. I should have. So I'm going to go back through the pictures that I've taken just of myself and do before and afters like that. But yeah, I went live on Facebook and shared that beginning parts of my journey. I plan on going live today and just giving them like that update, like, hey, it's been almost a month. Here's what's going on. There's a lot of things that go with it. I feel like there are people who think that gastric bypass is the easy way out of losing weight. It's just a different way. It's not easy.
Right.
And so yeah, I feel like that's the journey I'm sharing right now. But I got a video up yesterday about mortgage tips. I made another video today about selling tips. Like I'm feeling super good and getting back on track. So that's my wins. Thanks for listening.
Awesome. I love it. All right, Sarah, you're up.
Okay. Oh, on the side of weight loss, this time 3 years ago, when I decided to get my license, I too decided to lose weight, and I was about 300 pounds. And so I've lost 150 calorie counting, and it's amazing when you get done. It's amazing.
You did it naturally?
Yes, I counted calories.
Congratulations.
A day.
Congratulations. Yes, that's exciting. You look
That's
fantastic.
Lifetime. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And on the real estate side, I have this week looked more into commercial, number one. So I've done a lot of studying on commercial. And then on the residential side, I've moved a lot more into and bringing it into rentals. And I'd been looking at rentals before I'd done a rental. And so that's where I focused on and meeting with apartment complexes and buildings and being out there for people who actually pay the commission when I find them an apartment. At the same time, I'm still plugging away at residential homes, sending out mailings and trying to get better in the marketing. And that's where I think the growth is going to come. But right now I'm happy to say that it looks good on the rental side. And I'm also looking into Rental Boss. It looks good on the rental side. And hopefully I'll do as well in commercial.
Awesome. Glad to hear that.
Thank you.
Chad.
How's it going? I am fairly new, like within the last month I've been licensed. I think it'll be exactly 4 weeks tomorrow. So I haven't really, I guess, had any successes as of yet. I've just been kind of time blocking and figuring out what I need to be doing every day, lead gen wise, and just making phone calls and learning contracts and all that stuff. And I actually ran a marketing agency before this, and I worked with dental clients, and my schedule has totally flipped because I went from waking up at 5 a.m., getting all my work done by noon and just kind of being done for the day from, now I'm waking up and I'm doing classes in the morning, and later in the day, there's going to be showings and stuff. So I'm just kind of readjusting and, getting ready to start doing the big stuff here. So.
Awesome. Yeah, time blocking, that's one of those big lessons. Does anybody want to share anything on time blocking? Any advice for them right quick?
Don't quit trying.
The faster you figure out how to time block your day, the faster you're going to be working from a proactive point of view instead of a reactive point of view. And once you work from a proactive standpoint, you can never go back to reactive again. It's like a night and day way to live your day.
Chad, I am part-time right now in real estate, but time blocking is the only way that I have been able to, I feel, attack real estate at a high level as if I was a full-time employee, because I'm sitting in front of my computer with both my real estate up and my full-time work up and just answering both as they come in, but time blocking it out step by step throughout the day as far as my projects and tasks has really allowed me to attack real estate in a tough way.
What do you do specifically, if you don't mind me asking?
And I follow what Jason has really laid out. And I first I look at my entire week, and I don't know if everybody does this, but I fill out my entire week with meetings and appointments that I have. And then each day I have a list of what I need to accomplish that day in order for it to be a successful day. And I plug those in. It's been a challenge for me to give myself enough time to complete tasks. I was like 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, and I wasn't getting stuff done. So Jason said, stop that and give yourself more time.
Okay.
But just laying it out step by step, and go through what Jason says, and he'll help you get it all set up just right.
Okay.
I would
Thanks for the
agree
advice, guys.
I did exactly what Jason said.
Yeah, it's hard because I've got like my mentor telling me to do stuff, and within EXP, I've got people in the seminars telling me to do things, and I've also got Jason telling me to do things. So I'm kind of like sifting through the overload of information right now, and it's all good information, but like you guys are saying, I probably should just double down and really focus on what the power unit is saying versus focusing on everything else as well, one thing at a time.
I think that mentors are well-intentioned, but you're spending money to be with Jason for a reason. Like, it's not my money. You can do what you want to do, but most mentors, like, how long have they been a mentor and how long have they been a realtor? How many deals did they close last year? Because I know Jason closed 100 transactions last year with his team. So guess who I'm listening to? But you can do what you want. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jason.
You're so silly.
Your mentor will have a lot of good information about your local market, though, and your local laws and rules and stuff like that. So Jason's is definitely a national program, but as far as those specifics for your market, you can turn to your broker and mentor on those.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, while we have you up, Sonia, go ahead and share your news. And I also want you to touch on what you posted in the group.
Oh yes, that was my biggest news this past week. It was crazy. So not this past weekend, but the weekend before, I got a call like on Friday out of the blue. Well, not really out of the blue, because I've been really on this lady, like just following up like hell with her, writing her letters and stuff. But I'd met a woman through my clients that live in California, that she's a local lady. And she called me and said, hey, my sister that lives in Connecticut is looking for a house, and she wants you to show her this place by Zoom because we know you're really good at showing houses on Zoom. And so I'm like, yay, I can do that. So I don't know how now all of a sudden I've become like somebody who's good at Zoom calls. So great. So I go out and show that house. As I'm leaving that house, the lady that I'd been following up with and calling so much says, I'm actually looking for a place too. So I'm like, great, I'll start looking for you there. And so the lady I showed the house to wrote an offer, got it accepted. Since I've posted on that, when the inspection came back terrible, like that house had fallen apart. You just couldn't tell from looking at it, but it was falling apart underneath. So got out of that deal. But now I'm looking for something else. And that's just kind of how that goes. But then I had two clients. Then I was looking on Facebook and came across a good friend and neighbor of mine who I've known for 15 years, who just posted on Facebook, said, oh my gosh, it's so hard to find an affordable house in this town. What do you have to do in order to find a place before it like goes on the market and is gone in a second before you can even see it? So texted her immediately, said, who are you? Are you working with somebody? She said, oh, I'm working with 3 different realtors. Why are you working with 3 realtors? Well, I just keep clicking on stuff on Zillow and then more realtors call me up. I'm like, oh, Jane, this is not what you need to do. Let me look and I'll find some. So today, as soon as this call's over, actually, I've got to go show her a house that I found. It is under her budget, which means that she could offer over. I have another client that's going to look at the exact same house, but it's slightly over her budget. So there's no way she's going to get that one. But Yeah, so I kept showing value. I even was like, here's these condos. And she says, none of the other realtors even asked me if I would look at condos or apartments or townhouses. She says, absolutely. And I'm like, if you like any of them, I will call and make sure that you can have your dog at them. So just showing that extra bit of value. And I really think that I think I can lock her down as a client. I haven't been able to meet with her and get her to sign a buyer broker, but after I show this house today, I think that I will be able to get her to sign on. I've been going slow kind of with her just to not get her to scare her off. But that's what I was up to this past week.
That's awesome, Sonia. One quick question. What do you think attributed to this snowball effect that's happening for you right now?
I think that number one, being really attentive to the clients that I had, the ones that were in California, and then following up religiously with the contact that I had met through them. And I called her, texted her, sent her handwritten, hey, it was so great to meet you. And then so that was one. And posting frequently on Facebook. I've been trying to post something that's just like personal and then something that's real estate related. I've been doing walkthroughs, live walkthroughs of every house that I've gone and shown, just to get that out there, just to have something more real estate to post and maybe something motivational each day. But I've been trying to stay active there. And then just the follow-up, Jason, it was not just letting it go and not just talking to these people that I had met one time or my friend just one time, immediately start sending them houses that, Yep. I sent them stuff and then they're like, oh, that one's out of my, but can you tell me a little bit more about what you're looking for? And I can narrow this down and send you just what you want. And then being good about sending them stuff that is what they're looking for, because these other realtors were just trying to sell her bigger and bigger houses she didn't want. And I'm like, why do you keep showing her stuff that's 300,000 when she has a 250 budget? Stop it. So that's really what I've attributed to this to.
Yep. Well, I see three big lessons in that. The first lesson obviously is follow up, follow up, follow up. Always follow up. The second lesson is do what you say you're going to do. If you tell somebody you're going to send them something, send them something. If you tell somebody you're going to look at houses for them, do it. Just do what you say that you're going to do. And third, be consistent. Be consistent with your actions. What she didn't tell y'all, and I'm going to say this, is that she is a newer agent as of when? Just this year?
January, yeah.
Yep. And she's been consistently on these calls. She's been consistently doing what we talk about, what we say on these calls, and not seeing any type of immediate results, but she's been consistently showing up and consistently putting in those actions. And now you're having this snowball effect. I mean, those are the big lessons there. Obviously, there's different tactics that and different ways that you can go about doing it. But the big lessons, follow up, do what you say that you're going to do, and having that consistency. So awesome job. I'm happy to see this happening for you.
Thank you.
All right, Doc, welcome.
Hey everyone, what's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
Good. Is this your this isn't your first call, right? You were on one ago.
It is my first call.
Oh,
okay. I looked at the recordings. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So I'm sort of like with Chad there. So I got activated on the 15th of April. So I've only been active for about 2.5 weeks. So I'm still learning, the game, I do have a few successes, though. I got 3 buyers that I'm working with right now, and that's just, talking to my sphere and just saying, hey, I'm a real estate agent now. I run a real estate business, and I've showed 2 properties that they're, that I've already, that they're interested in. And so I'm pretty happy with that. So those are my successes when it comes to real estate, just by doing that. I have some struggles though. Time blocking is definitely a big one for me. I'm doing real estate part-time. I don't like to say that, but I am a single income household. I got a wife, 2 kids that I support. So I got to have that steady income flow to be able to support them and, this, real estate business. I do have a goal though to go full-time by January of next year. Hopefully getting deals in to get the money saved up to, be able to do that. So since I'm the type of business, my full-time job is kind of retail sales. So like I'm there Monday through, Friday, working 50+ hours a week. And so the time blocking, I cut off, Mondays. That way I can be on these calls so I can learn and, get some best practices. And, but right now I'm just really learning the game, contracts, KV Core, lead generation. I'm trying to follow this daily checklist that Chasten has. It's a little difficult. The only reason why that is because I had a baby in March. So I'm always, I'm not sleeping as much, you know what I mean? So it's a little difficult. So, but hopefully those deals fall through. I know I'm not making really as many calls as I want to because I can't find a time to, make those prospecting calls. However, the type of job I'm in, I'm able to touch customers every day anyways. And actually I got an active lead from just, figuring out that the guy was going to move. And I told him I run a real estate business and got a lead that way. So, so I'm nurturing that and hopefully I continue, slow and steady wins the race. And so, I may not know how to do everything, but a moving car is easier to steer than a parked car for sure. But that's all I got.
Well, welcome. What market are you working out of? So everybody knows.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh, that's another thing I'm working on. I'm trying to get a mentor. I know I got you, chasing, but everyone's declining on EXP mentorship for me. So if you know anybody in Oklahoma, I'll be. I want to definitely network and meet with them. Seems like everyone I email in Tulsa, Oklahoma, doesn't want to meet up. So
I got denied by my first 3 mentors before I got taken on.
I'm at 4. So
Yeah.
All right.
We're getting there.
Okay. Okay. We'll chat about that then. All
sounds
right.
good.
Orlando, you're up.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. I missed you guys. It's been a minute.
I know, man. Happy to be
So I had a really big month. I had 2 closings for 600K.
nice.
We had 9 go pending for 1.5.
Whew, look at this man.
Big week.
And it was really cool because I had a VA client moving into town and she literally was down to her last day before she had to find a place. And I had a client who I sold one of my first properties to. It was right in the area they wanted. I called them and just asked if they were interested in maybe making a move, that I had another house for them in a different location. And so I'm the agent on a 3-way. So that happened. And then my wife quit her job 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
The agent I brought on got his first pending transaction. And then I got my first commercial and land contract transaction. But it was a personal deal. So we bought a store, but the reason we bought it is because our partners are going to be focusing on the store, but we're going to open up an office in the middle. And it's in Gladwin, Michigan. So I'll be right by you, Sanja. So I'm going to get my broker's license and that's going to be our new office space in Gladwin. And I'm trying to get on Chasten's level.
Man, oh my goodness. I can shout right now.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it, man. I love it. Just
But time blocking has not been possible for me.
yes, I love it. Congrats. And thank you for sharing that.
I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Chasten. Honestly, really have kind of opened my eyes to new levels. So it's been really cool.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. All right, Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Just continuing to, go along my real estate journey. I do currently still have a listing in Beaumont, Texas. I'm working on negotiating with an offer I've received. Hopefully we'll get that sold pretty soon. Continuing to make connections out in Austin, Texas, continuing to reach out to my sphere of influence. I have been able to line up some, future potential clients. So continuing to, reach out and, continue to make a name for myself, get myself out there as much as possible, and continuing to stay motivated by hearing you guys' great things you got going on. So that's what's up.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. All right, there's a few people without their cameras on, but let me look through this list. All right, there you go. Brian, what's up?
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. So last week I went on a listing appointment. It was like an express offers appointment, and ultimately the seller decided to go with the open door offer. Yeah, and then today I have another express offers appointment later this afternoon. So
Okay,
where I'm at right now.
getting your feet wet with them listings. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. How did your first appointment go, even though they went with someone else?
I think it went pretty well. I just kind of showed them everything we offer for express offers and all. And overall, I think it went pretty well. It just open door pretty much almost offered them was a market value for the property. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Great job being here. Okay, we got someone else. Tamika? I think you're muted. Tanika, you there? It's still here. Let me see if I can unmute you. I don't know. We may have to come back to you. Oh, there
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Good. Hey, share something with us.
So I'm starting. I just completed the YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube course.
Yep.
And I'm taking in some of your other information and really narrowing down and studying completion. So I'm taking that in, and I've started a blog.
Wow.
And I'm gonna focus on YouTube.
Huge opportunity in that realm.
And rentals.
Perfect. Glad to hear it. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
All right, Beverlyn, are you still on?
Yes, I am. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I am pretty good. Everything's going fine. I seem to have picked up what is it? He's a mortgage broker, and he's sending over some leads. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I'm getting used to working with my new toy, Red X. How about that?
Yeah, we had a good conversation about Red X the other day.
Yes, and I appreciate the tips you gave me on that. Quite a few of them I hadn't realized. So yes, thank you on that. So everything's going good. Still kind of struggling. I'm able to keep a schedule of about 3 hours to 3 to 4 hours. I'm trying to work it up to about a total of 8 hours with my daily planning, but I'm able to keep like 3 to 4 hours right now. But I'm thinking with Red X, I'll probably be able to add that other 4 hours to my schedule.
Yeah, I think so also. And we all know that time blocking is a journey, and it's something that you actually have to work towards. So the fact that you are hitting that so far, I want you to feel like you are accomplishing. And
yes.
You're moving forward, you're moving closer. But
yes.
Just make it your next goal to adding another hour. and
Yes.
another hour. After.
Yes. Yes. So add 1 more hour instead of 3 more hours.
Yeah. Because you don't want to get to that point where you make it too overwhelming that you're not following it.
Yes. Gotcha. Well, it's working out, and the calling and my mail outs. I just did my second mail outs of face masks this time.
Good.
Yes.
I love it. Keep doing those mail outs. I had a long talk about mail outs with my team this morning, and how I said, have y'all noticed every time we do a mail out, a handful of referrals come in,
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep pumping at it. I haven't, I think I got about maybe 2 or 3, but nothing has hit really hot and solid yet, but I will continue with the mail outs.
Yep. It's with that consistency.
Yes.
So a few things I want to make sure that everyone wraps their head around and knows. You all know it's big with me here in Power Unit, not only to teach you how to become great real estate agents, but to mold you into an awesome business person. Okay. And I believe that that's done all at the same time. It's not like I'm gonna learn real estate first and then I'm gonna learn how to run a business. That's backwards. You're building a true business, and so you need to do the actions of a business owner, and you need to think like a business owner. So what I want to do is I want to give you some tips that I want you to always remember as you are building your real estate business, so that you are able to really grow and scale this business to large levels. One thing that happened with me a few years ago in my career is I had more business than I can handle. It's like you tell somebody that, they're like, oh, well, that's a good problem to have. No, because it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem. And when you're in a business like this, when you are serving people and you can't serve them effectively and efficiently, guess what? They're going to go with someone else, or they're going to start talking crap about you. They're going to think that you're brand new, or you don't know how to handle the business or run the business, when in actuality, you're just a little overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've ever since then, like, I started noticing that I was dropping the ball on things. It got to a point where I didn't want any more business. How many of you could even think about that right now? Like saying, I don't want any more business. It sounds crazy, but that's how I felt. My quality of life was horrible. Okay. I wasn't sleeping at night. I was having headaches all the time. And it got to the point where I was just like, if this is what it's like to be successful in this business, I don't know if I want it. But see, here was the real issue. It was, I wasn't running it like a real business. I was just being an agent. Okay. I was just being a real estate agent. I was doing everything real estate agents do, but I hadn't turned this into a true real estate business. And I don't want you all to fall into that same trap, because as you can see, as Sonia mentioned earlier, she went from nothing to having a handful of stuff, right? Orlando, a couple weeks ago, didn't talk about all of this stuff that he talked about today. This is real, and this is how it happens, especially when you are performing these actions that I teach you here. It's going to happen to all of your businesses. They're going to all explode like that. And so we need to be smart about how we're going about this. And you need to think of yourself as no longer a real estate agent. Y'all know one of the first lessons in Power Unit, I don't know if you read it, but it says you're not just a real estate agent. Okay, because you are running a true business here. Some of you, like Carol, went from solo, now she has team members. Orlando, having team members now. Daniel, he's not on the call, having team members now, because that's the path that I lead you down. But we got to get this mentality right now so that you know what you're working toward, because you're not just working toward another deal. That's not what we're here for. You're going to notice when you start making good money, a lot of money, you're going to notice deals come and go. Okay. What we're building is we're building businesses, and that's where I'm sending you down. So my first tip is you need to become duplicatable. All right. Something Sarah was talking about earlier, I heard her and Carol over talking, was just about other real estate coaches, you know, not sharing anything or holding something back. That's not how you build a business. You need to make yourself duplicatable. What are you doing on a day-to-day? Okay. Are you sharing that with your team members? Are you documenting that? How easy are you going to be to duplicate? You're like, oh, but Jason, somebody can take my job. How's somebody going to take your job in your own business? Okay, you're going to move up levels. You're gonna move up the ladder. Your job description is going to change. My job description has changed. So you need to start making sure that you are duplicatable. And that's what you want. You want to be duplicatable. Start documenting. That's why you need to have that discipline in yourself to follow a time block calendar. How are you going to want an assistant to follow a schedule if you can't follow a schedule? How are you going to want your agents to be productive if you can't be productive with your time? It's that important. That duplication, when you start hiring people, it's going to happen either way. They're either going to duplicate your bad habits or they're going to duplicate things the right way. So it needs to start with you having that discipline with yourself. Okay, think about what's going to end up duplicating in your business. It goes for clients too. What methods are you using to attract clients? Are they attracting everyone who wants a discount or rebate? Are they attracting people who just go ghost all the time? Think about that. That's duplicating. That's duplicating. You give a discount to one person, next thing you know, 5 people are calling you wanting a discount because that's duplicating. So think about what you are duplicating. Next thing, you need to have a wealth mentality. Okay, you need to have a wealth mentality. Learn about money. Learn about how money moves. Learn about compounded interest. Learn about exponential growth. It's not just about, oh, what deal am I going to have this month, next month? No, where's your business going to be in 6 months? Most people say, oh, in January, I'm going to do this, or next year, I'm going to do this next. Y'all, it is going to be here before you know it. Before you know it. When I think about wealth, when I think about dollars, cents, mentality, mindset, all that kind of stuff, I'm not thinking in this year anymore. I'm not thinking even next year anymore, because I know that those actions that are going to bear that fruit, I've already done those. And that's how these timelines move. Learn where your money should really be spent. Learn about reinvesting in this business. You need to break milestones when it comes to income. It's not about just deals. Real estate agents just talk about deals. Oh, I got this deal, I got that deal. When we talking business, and as a business owner, no, we need to talk income. We need to talk income. What does your net worth look like next year? And as a business owner, you need to be making moves in your business to hit those numbers. You can sell 100 homes and not have any money at the end of the day. Guess what? I've seen it happen before. I know people who come into the gate, pop off a few luxury properties and have nothing to show for it. Think about that, because this is real life. So we have to think about money differently. We have to think about wealth differently. Number 3, it's easier to build fast than to build slow. Oh man, Chase, you're going against everything I ever heard. No, it's easier to build fast than to build slow. When you have that momentum going, hop on it. I don't want to ever hear anybody in here say, oh, I'm going to hire an assistant next year. Why? If you got it booming this year, right now, let's hop on that. It's easier to build fast while you have that momentum going than to build slow. Y'all know everything I do, I move at a rapid pace. Rapid pace. Have people mad. They be like, I just don't understand. I understand because I'm not waiting around for anything. I'm not waiting for somebody to tell me go. I'm not waiting to do this a year from now because some old person in the business said, oh, at year 3, that's when you want to hire. No, forget that. No, we do this stuff now. It's easier to build fast than to build slow. Building fast keeps the excitement up. It keeps it fun. It keeps it moving. Right, right. Back to back to back. Do it. Number 4, do not, and I repeat, do not compare yourself to other people. Do not compare yourself to other people. That is one of the most depressing things you can do in real estate. And I'm just going to be bold and say this. Most people who agents are comparing themselves to aren't doing shit. Right. I'll tell you about my business. You can walk in my doors and see my business. Don't try to tell me what you're doing just from Instagram pictures. No. Okay. So don't compare yourselves to others. It's not worth it. It's gonna make you feel depressed. Like it's gonna make you feel like you're not doing this and that. One thing about me, and I tell people this all the time, I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane. Do y'all know how many messages I receive from people, and I'll just call me, oh, Ricky's doing this and this.
Hello?
Oh, what? I don't care.
Yes. Yes.
I don't care. That has nothing to do with me. Because I stay in my lane. I'm building my business. Okay. I'm not comparing myself to others. Because I'll tell you, man, I know the real about a lot of things. And like I put on social media all the time, real recognize real. I know the people who are really running business. I know the people who are really closing deals. And then I know the people who are just selling the easy way. You know why it's free? Because it's an easy sell.
Yeah.
Right? You got groups of people not even willing to invest in themselves. It's a waste of my time. So I'm not going to do it. So do not compare yourself to others. Number 5, I talked about this earlier. Be consistent, right? Now, this consistency thing is so big. It's so big, and I don't want you to minimize consistency to just cold calling or to just mailing out letters. Because as you grow in this real estate business, as you grow your business, there's going to be a whole nother set of consistent actions that you're going to have to start doing. Whether it's having a team meeting every day, that's a consistent action. Okay, making sure you get new referral partners for your business. That's a consistent action. Showing up to coaching is a consistent action. There's a multitude of consistencies that you're gonna need to follow in this business. And I'm gonna tell you this, if you can't get consistent with the basics, it's gonna be extremely difficult for you in the future. Your business is gonna be basic. It's gonna stay at the level that it's at right now. You're not gonna have that handful of clients. You're not gonna have 20 deals going a month if you can't consistently take care of 2. Think about that. All this stuff duplicates. There's a ripple effect. You know, I can beat someone over the head with the same message over and over again. And it's crazy the amount of people who don't follow instructions. You're not even consistent enough to follow. You can't even consistently follow instructions. How crazy is that? Okay. So know that running a business it's a bunch of consistent activities, a bunch. And sometimes it may be boring. Sometimes it may seem like it's not going anywhere, right? That happens. It can seem like it's not moving at all. But then guess what? It explodes. It explodes. And then you're sitting there looking like, where did all this come from? And I oftentimes remind people, hey, it was those 6 months of you doing this. You may not be able to point it to one specific action, or one specific time, but it is that full set of consistent activities that you did that led to this. What led to my business the way that it is today? It was those consistent activities that I did for years. Years. Imagine that, years, y'all. Just over and over and over again. And then what? Here I am now. And guess what? I'm still doing them. I still stay consistent because I know the power of it. All right, next. Always follow up, don't chase. Always follow up, don't chase. There's a difference in chasing something, and there's a difference with following up. Okay. Some people are chasing. Some people are chasing something that doesn't even want to be caught. Stop chasing. Y'all, all of this, everything, all of your desires, how big you want your business to be, all that, it's right in front of you. It's right in front of you. Your next client can get you there. Your next season can get you there. Remember I said build fast? It's easy. It's right in front of you. There is no need for you to chase something that's not meant for you. All right, you need to know what you're after. You need to know what you want your business to look like. I'm not chasing the next deal. All I'm doing is following up, right? I'm not chasing the next milestone. All I'm doing is following up. Oh, I had this conversation with someone about such and such. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Hey, Doc, I'm calling following up. All right. There are people out there, and this is gonna hit kind of hard. There are people out there that will never do business with you. And guess what? I'm cool with that. I'm so cool with that. But what am I doing? I'm following up with the people who will, who want to. There are people out there that will always feel like they're in competition with me. Y'all think I'm paying attention to them? Do y'all think I'm trying to gain their approval? You know, someone had reached out to me through a DM talking about, why are you doing so much with Brian? Isn't he your competition? I said, no, I'm not chasing Brian. I'm following up on these projects we're working on. You know, what are you really doing in your business? Are you chasing something that's not meant for you? Are you comparing yourselves to others? Are you moving at a snail's pace? Okay, because that's not the way to build a business. Listen, everybody's heard you have the same 24 hours as the next person. We all have 24 hours in a day. What ends up happening most times is that 24 hours that you chose not to do something or not to do something turns into days, which turns into months, which turns into years. Don't fall into that trap. Do not fall into that trap, because it can happen so easily. You can be trapped before you even know it. And then guess what? You're gonna recognize it when you years down the line realizing that I should have did this at that point, or I should have did this then. I haven't really made much progress. There is no better time than the present. Okay, if you need to learn how to time block, there's no better time than the present. If you need a new mentor, if you need resources in your business, there's no better time than the present. Just knock it out. This is your business. Nobody is going to hold you more accountable than you hold yourself. All right. I can't want for you what you don't want for yourself. I can't push you any harder than you're willing to go for yourself. So it's really about asking yourself, what am I truly doing here? What am I truly building here? You want to build a big business? I got you. I got you. But guess what? We move around here, don't we, Carol? We move around here. Okay? I mean, some people's I should literally put like a testimonial reel together just for some of the agents who've been in this program to tell you how quickly we move. I have people hiring assistants before they even need them. And then next thing you know, they can't live without it. You know, because that's how we move around here. We scale. We scale. Okay? Last tip I'm gonna give is always be listening. Always be listening. There are things that a lot of people miss out on just because they're not listening. You think you know it all. You think you have the answer. You think you have a better way. You think somebody's on your side and they're really not. And if you just would have listened, you would have saw it. Always be listening. Listen to yourself too. Listen to yourself. Think about some of the things that you're saying and ask yourself, does that really make sense for me to do that? Ask yourself, why am I doing this when everybody told me to do the opposite? Remember, I talked a couple weeks ago about being a student versus being an expert. Stop trying to be an expert. All right, always listen. Always listen. Listen to your peers. Okay? Listen to the people around you. Listen to your coaches. Listen to words in books. Like, take it all in. That's how you get that knowledge that you're looking for. It's really through listening. Listen, listen, listen. Okay? So digest that. I hope you all wrote those down, because they need to be constant reminders as you're going down this journey. Constantly remind yourself of these things that I gave you today. Because at every single level that you hit in business, you know, I can give you every tactic in the world to get to my level. But unless you know how you should be thinking, unless you know these principles, they're not going to mean anything. They're not going to mean anything. They're just going to be a page in your notebook. And that's not what I want. I want action behind this. I want you all to have successful businesses. The fact that you're sitting here right now, you're already on the right track. All right, you're already on the right track. So don't just let this be a page in your notebook. Print it out, put it on your wall, whatever you have to do. And always remind yourself that you are a business owner now. Okay, you are running a real business. You're not just an agent. I don't want you to just be an agent. And if you just want to be an agent, this is the wrong program for you. I'm telling you. All right, because we're trying to build businesses around here. Big, wealthy, duplicatable businesses so that you can have a life of freedom. So that you can provide for you and your family what you want. So you're not retiring out of this business by dying. Okay, there's a life to be lived out here. What's a real estate agent's retirement plan? Till the wheels fall off, right? Right? And that's real life. Okay, so let's build a business, something you could truly retire from, something that'll let you live that life of freedom. That's why you're here. Those are the people who I want to be around. If that's what you're about, you're in the right place. All right. Any questions? Anything anybody wants to share? Any takeaways? Just unmute yourself and go at it. Sarah, you all right? Okay. Awesome, y'all. Well, let's make it a super productive week. I look forward to seeing you next Monday.
Thank you, Jason.
Yep.
Thanks,
Thank
Jason.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Have a
Jason.
good week, guys.
Bye.
Bye,
Have a good
everyone.
week.